We're still on the Lake Tahoe Rim Trail, and there's parts of the forest that are bare due to the autumn and cooler weather, but there's also a lot of mud patches, and in certain sections there's patches of slippery, wet ice. And if you fall on that face first, you're going to feel it. We're almost to the split. Dardanelles Lake will be coming up. Actually, there'll be a trail, and one way goes the Round Lake and Mice Lake. The other way to the right goes to, there's like a path, and it goes to the other lake that we want to check for tracks. This here is really amazing. You have a stairwell, and I'll take the stairwell up. You know, it makes it nice because the forestry actually put this in. But, you know, it's a beautiful area. There's a lot of little volcanic vents and peaks. And, you know, right now we've been in the woods for a good 45 minutes straight. So we got to be coming out to a meadow coming up. But look at this. I mean, this stairwell just continues to ascend and ascend. And of course, you know, we're fighting the dark because it gets dark 5 o'clock. So we only got a couple hours. So we're going to be hiking back tonight in the dark, which is great. The whole Bigfoot aspect of it is that during the day, chances are you're not going to see them, hear them, whatever. But when it turns dark, that's when you record vocalizations. You might see some eyes peering at you. He might even follow you for a couple miles just to check you out. Maybe hope that you drop some food. But it's the work that we do, the research we do is the real deal. And we want people to know that, you know, every expedition, every outdoor place we do, we work harder than you ever could imagine. You know, there's more to this than just walking through the woods. You know, I will climb up in these snowbanks and I'll look for tracks, and I'll rock climb, and I'll look for any evidence I can find just to figure out if this part of the Sierras has a healthy Bigfoot population. Some places we go do, some places we don't. A couple weeks ago, I was at a cemetery, got some amazing readings at some of the grave sites. Just call them by name. EMF detector goes off. But then I was, you know, photographing the cemetery, and I happened to photograph a UFO. It doesn't got wings. It's not a plane. It's glowing in the sky. When you do the proper solarized test and everything else, you can see that it's an oddly shaped object, you know, a couple miles away, about 1,000 feet up. So sometimes you capture things that that are not meant to be captured. And so my take is on what we do is that if you don't go out into the wilderness, if you don't go out and about to look for this type of thing, which is the paranormal, you're never going to get nothing. And we're an active group. You know, we're a group. We used to go out every weekend, but gas is so high, we're barely, I mean, we don't get a lot of funding. Back in the day, people donated, and all the donations were put towards equipment and trips and gas. So every week, we were able to go out, and we'd have a team that would pitch in. We don't have a team anymore that pitches in. We don't have any scientists to work alongside with. People are too scared to do this. But every couple of weeks, we still go out. Even if it's cold, even if there's snow on the ground, we're always doing something. And in order, you know, people say, well, Lord Rick, you've had a lot of experiences in the past. And the reason why we've had them is that it's a numbers game. The more outings you have, out of 100 outings, maybe 10 of them are going to reveal some awesome paranormal. UFO, Bigfoot tracks, you know, ghostly entities, EVPs. It's because we work hard. And these TV shows, TV shows like Finding Bigfoot, no, they don't hike 20 miles in one day, okay? They park, they rent the vehicles, and you get a crew of about 20 guys, 4 or 5 SUVs, they fill it with food, and then they basically will stay in an area about 100 feet like this, and that's it. Finding Bigfoot. It's not, there's so many restrictions that these shows have, especially when it comes to national forests, only allowed to film in certain locations. And so they have, it's like rented space. They may get maybe 200, 300 feet of wilderness that they can film at. And of course, we got Tammy and Jared coming. So, that's basically what it comes down to. We work hard. This is the real thing. And when we put it on our site, we have pictures, video, media, recordings, this, that, because we want you to feel like you are part of the journey. And so we are almost to the split near Round Lake, and then Dardanelles Lake will be our next hike from there, which is about a 400 to 500 foot ascension to the top of the ridge where the lake is found. Anyways, this is Lord Rick.